And Vainheart, as you step forward, walking in the direction the wing is pointing, looking up from time to time, every time you look towards the Keeper, his massive eyes are following you. At first, the head is looking down at you, but as you pass below it, the head just turns and follows you until it's looking backwards away from the body. The head turned almost 180 degrees. Continuing forward, past this very strange little encounter, the trees begin to grow more and more dense until you can barely see any space between them, and they seem to be getting closer and closer together. Never to a point where you have to squeeze through, but you just get this overwhelming sense of things closing in. It's oppressive as the tree limbs interlock to form a solid tunnel. But then you hear the sound of a waterfall. Several bird calls. And as you step out of this wooden corridor, you find yourselves at the base of the mountains themselves, where water cascades in a trio of waterfalls, each larger than the one before. Up in the trees themselves, which are hundreds of feet high, you can see wooden platforms that have been constructed with little bridges crossing the gaps. And all manner of avian creatures reside here, from beautiful macaws to the blackest of ravens. And you do see a good number of aarakocra just wandering around up above you. There are nets and rope ladders all around, going from different floors of the canopy. And nearby, there's a set of wooden stairs that have been not constructed, but rather seem to be growing out of the trees themselves, leading up into this city of tree houses. What are you all doing?
It sounds so cool. I wanted you to keep describing it.
I know.
Is there just like one path to follow to like go further in? Or is it like open space?
Hello?
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 Can you hear us?
Hello.
Oh, shit.
Hello?
Chisa.
We appear to be having technical difficulties.
He is tapping. Oh, we can still hear.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
We can hear
Hello, hello,
you.
hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, okay, so you can hear me, but I can't hear you. I'm gonna disconnect and reconnect.
Okay.
I think the
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
back.
Welcome back.
Back again.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
There we go.
Ribs.
Hello.
I have never seen that before. It was like RTC connecting, then disconnected, and then I heard the like ping for joining the call like 4 times in a row until finally it showed all green.
Hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna. Did you hear everything up until what would you like to do?
Yes.
Excellent.
I
So
wanted
let's.
you to keep describing, but you couldn't.
We're
Well,
really
clearly you
interested.
could hear me still. I just couldn't hear any responses.
Yeah, I think that's what I said immediately after you said, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "It was so cool sounding. I wanted you to keep describing it."
Okay. Easy enough. There are plenty of colorful flowers down on the bottom floor of this kind of constructed or maybe grown city. It's really hard to tell because those stairs nearest by are growing out of the tree itself. There is no nail or any kind of affixation that allows them to stay in place. It really does seem like a completely cohesive bark pattern onto these planks that are coming out of the trees. However, the rope nets that look like they could be used for scaling up to higher platforms do look constructed. A combination of pure nature meeting engineering.
And is there just like one path to take to move further in, or is it like open space? Or
This is a completely open space. Like, think of it as a kind of semicircle wall of trees that you are currently walking out of. But up, like directly in front of you, there is a cliff where there is a very large waterfall, and there's 3 waterfalls. That as far up as you can see. The one at the very top, maybe dropping about 20 feet, and then as it works its way to the next fall, it's about 40 feet, until the one that is directly in front of you is about 100 feet up. And it all drops down into this massive pond of clear, pristine water. And even from where you're standing, you can see an incredible number of fish swimming within. Small fish, maybe 8 to 10 inches long, but some of them absolute monsters, longer than Rowan is tall, all just swimming in this space. And as you're taking all of this in, almost a little bit in awe of the beauty of this space that's been untouched for the most part, you see a fairly large hawk, not obnoxiously large, maybe 4 feet tall from tail to beak, swooping down and plucking one of these massive fish out of the water for flying back up into the trees to perch and start feasting upon its meal.
Wow, it's so beautiful up here.
It's quite nice in this place.
Definitely a change of scenery from the last place we were at.
He said, said that Parvas was at the top, right?
He did.
So I guess we should find a way up.
Yes.
What do you think? Val, do you think those stairs would get us up there?
At least get us higher than we are now.
There's also those ladders, though.
It is a very strange circumstance of like you have to take the stairs that circle around the trunk of a tree, and that leads to a little platform that leads to a rope kind of net that you can climb up to another platform, all growing higher and higher in elevation.
Vainheart is just gonna take a big gulp.
Climb we go, climb we shall.
We shall climb.
Parkour.
I guess if we don't have a choice.
I guess one of us can just fly up.
Climb with you guys.
She stands with her
Solidarity.
comrades.
And so you begin to climb, first taking the stairs, and you realize very quickly, as you get to the first platform that's about 20 feet up, there are no railings in this space. And it makes sense, as if most of the denizens of this pocket of the forest have wings, those railings would more get in the way of taking flight. And so as you get to that platform and see there's nothing stopping you from plummeting, you just kind of have to grit your teeth and keep on climbing until you are a good 70 feet up into the trees. And that's when you see the first creature that actually notices your presence. They are an aarakocra with a sparrow-styled head, wearing kind of leather armor, a spear in one hand, a shield, very small kind of buckler-style shield strapped to the other. And as you kind of get to the top of the ladder leading to this platform, he immediately hunkers down, bearing this shield, or bearing the spear in front of him. Halt! Who goes there?
Hello, fellow aarakocra brother. We are emissaries sent here by Eban Claw to speak to Parvas about aligning to form a ruling council of faunal.
Are you okay
He's-
over there, Val? You're sweating a lot.
It's really hard to remember everything and say it out loud.
It's okay. You got this.
Oh! My apologies. I did not realize that you had a fellow aarakocra. Let us engage in the traditional aarakocra greeting, so that we may truly be aligned in our endeavors.
Oh no, the traditional what now?
And as he starts approaching you, kind of setting the spear to the side, I would... Oh. All right, I'm going to give you the choice. Is Val going to absolutely shut down? Or, behind door number 2, there is the possibility of faking your way through it.
Oh, I'm gonna fake my way through it.
All right, so I'll give you the option between deception and performance. And the way I see this kind of playing out is based on the success of your role. Like, you really just kind of delay everything and copy everything that he does.
Yeah. I like
So,
that.
your choice between deception and performance.
Not bad.
Not bad. You know, so all of you watch this ritualistic, almost dance as this sparrow aarakocra begins kind of prancing about, and Val does a phenomenal job of just staring intently and keeping almost in time with everything. There's a half of a second delay between changing of, posture and positioning and stance, and at the end of a very tense moment for Val, this aarakocra throws his head back and lets out a mighty caw.
Kaka!
Is that what I was supposed to do?
Kaka!
This is quite a fortuitous day.
He did pretty good, Rowan, for a...
Well then, aarakocra brother, welcome to Eagle Aerie, home of all avian creatures of faunal.
Thank you.
Well done.
We have come to speak to Parvas. Is there any way you could help us find him?
Well, he occasionally comes down as the mood strikes. You know how the artist types are. When their muse strikes them, they must find inspiration.
Artist.
Oh, he's an artist.
Oh.
Painting, drawing?
Oh, he is the mightiest of painters. Every piece of artwork provided by our great Parvas is the source of much self-reflection. He truly has the most beautiful just perception of the world.
Does this guy actually know Parvas, or is he just?
You can make an insight check.
This is a little precious. Oh no. Well,
I'll lean
He
forward.
seems to
and-
have a lot of respect for Parvas. Go ahead, Rowan.
I was going to say, can I step forward and then see?
Certainly.
ooh,
As far as you can tell, Rowan, he seems to be giving an honest opinion based on just the twinkle in his eye as he describes Parvas's artwork. And
Okay.
the just tone of adoration.
Oh, that's great. I'd love to see some of his pieces while we're here.
Oh, then I must show you. Come this way. I will take you to his personal art gallery.
Oh,
Okay.
a personal tour now.
Shall we go, friends?
Do we have a choice?
Let's
Nope.
play along. Let's play along.
Caca!
Takes you across several rope bridges, which still have no railing.
Yeah,
And they are
Vainheart
much.
is terrified of this.
They are not quite as wide as the platforms, and so you really just have to like keep looking forward and trust that your feet are going to not step off.
Oh, Charlie.
Although I'm
you're
sure
evil.
Orange has any of you if you fall.
Charlie,
Across
you're evil.
several. Takes you across several rope bridges before you come to this very small kind of like cabin-like structure nestled at the top of a tree that's limbs kind of splay out and up and over it. Ah, yes, here we are. He throws open the door and just struts right on in, and then turns around, splaying his wings out towards everything within. And it is truly the most depressing display of artwork you have ever seen. You're not even
Oh,
sure
no.
what most of the statues are supposed to represent. And a lot of the paintings, there are some that are like Jackson Pollock, just kind of splashes of paint on the canvas. Others, they look like you can kind of tell, like, maybe that's some sort of humanoid form, but you can't really tell. And as you're looking at that particular one, this aarakocra's like, yes, yes, you can see the tortured soul within. Ah, beautiful.
Yes,
Well, this
tortured
is bird
soul.
wing painting.
Yes, Parvas uses a very unique technique, where he dips his wings into the paint and uses them as his brush, guided by the muse that draws him. But I didn't mean to make that pun.
That's quite beautiful. Could we meet the artist, perhaps?
Well, if you're willing to brave the high peaks of the mountains, you could find him there in his art studio.
How high we
Or
talking?
you could wait here for the moment that he feels inspired enough to come down and meet with everyone here.
How often does he feel like coming down?
I really can't say. It's not routine in any way.
Our matter
As
is
the mood strikes him.
of kind of an urgent importance, so I don't think that we have the time to wait. So we'll have to brave the cliffs.
Do we have
Oh,
to
well, in
climb
that case,
high?
there is a path that leads up to Parvas.
Does it have rails?
I turned to Vainheart.
And I say, hey, buddy, you look a little green, like greener than me.
I'm gonna-
I don't like uncontrollable falls.
I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions on Vainheart
Oh,
to give him
wonderful.
the ability to get through his fear of heights.
I'm right there with you, homie.
I'm having flashbacks to my solar jobs.
But Vainheart, as
mean-
you're... Oh, go ahead.
Not all of us have to go. I just mean, if some of us. the people would like to not be in danger.
Well, he did cast the spell already, so I feel like I should go now.
In
Okay.
fact, it's each humanoid within a 20-foot radius sphere. So everybody, including this sparrow aarakocra, you just suddenly feel this very wonderful sense of peace.
We just start breaking into song like the Wizard of Oz.
We're off to see Parvas, the wonderful eagle above.
That's fine. We can go up there. I totally don't mind if I fall down to my death
Somehow,
now.
I think it's gonna be nice. Let's go.
The wind will feel good on the way down.
Can you point us the way, sir?
Well, of course. Follow me. And as this sparrow begins leading you out of the gallery, he just pauses for a moment. He kind of hucks one arm across his chest and kind of rests his chin or beak in the other, looking at the art, and just magnificent. Truly magnificent.
Yes.
As he takes you even higher up into the trees. But none of you can be bothered for the next minute, which is very detrimental to Vainheart's well-being, as it takes more than a minute to get to where you're going. And now, more than 100 feet high, there is one last bridge that crosses from the trees to where the first waterfall, or rather the lowest waterfall, begins. Right across this bridge and up the path, you will find our wonderful ruler.
He's rather up here.
Well, where else would you expect to find a great eagle? Although I believe personally that he chooses seclusion so that he may be free to explore his own thoughts and emotions.
Yes.
He displays them so well.
Well, at least one.
Oh yeah, definite. How high up are we?
Oh.
105 feet
Don't.
and 6 inches.
Okay, don't look down. Don't look down. Just look straight ahead. It's fine. You're fine. We're all fine. Just don't look down.
Stay
got
calm,
this-
Vainheart. I won't let you fall.
We've just got this one last bridge, and then we're there.
Got a problem. I already looked down. Oh god, that's far.
Rowan gets ready to catch him, just in case he falls over.
Don't worry, if you
Vainheart-
fall, there's a 25% chance that somebody will catch you before you hit the ground, and in the 75% chance that they fail, you will likely die before you realize that you're in any pain.
Vainheart is now on his stomach and chest, crawling across the bridge as slow as possible.
Dear.
Oh, not taking any diving lessons today. We're gonna go talk to the eagle.
And
Why
across
are
the
you all
bridge
looking
you
at
go,
me like that?
with it taking Vainheart the longest.
He is belly crawling.
I'm going quickly.
As I cross the bridge and step over Vainheart, I just kind of step on his left shoulder.
Ow!
Oh, oops, sorry.
That's my shield arm.
My bad.
Very
I don't know if my
specific,
fear-
left
I
shoulder.
don't know if my fear is being replaced by anger.
Whatever gets you across the bridge faster is fine with me.
And I chuck a rock at him.
There are no rocks.
You really think I wouldn't have a rock in my pocket?
I mean, that's on theme for Vainheart.
Pocket rock.
See? Pocket rock. Never leave home
Now,
without it.
much to Vainhart's dismay, as you are this close to the rope bridges, you realize There are no ties. There are no knots. These bridges are held together with rope and spittle.
Oh,
Oh,
And the fear is returning.
spit rope.
But Vainheart, you eventually make it across the bridge onto firm, solid ground with a lot of space to get away from the drop. As you find another similarly large pond full of fish at the base of that second waterfall up. And sitting nearby on a rock, just kind of basking in the sun, a creature you weren't expecting to find in the city of avians. Her hair is a brilliant turquoise in color, adorned with a seashell circlet. Her hair cascades down most of her body, ending at about her waist, where you can clearly see that her skin transitions into scales, and instead of legs, it just kind of continues as one fish-like tail. And she's just kind of leaning back, looking towards all of you. Well, about time you made it across that bridge. But, I mean, who am I to say? It takes me about as long as the human there.
Is this a myrmidon?
This is, in fact, a mermaid.
I smell fish.
Hello, matron of the sea. Have you been watching us this whole time?
Well, ever since you started crossing the bridge, it's not often we see people with 2 legs and no wings.
Yes, well, our group has been assembled to have peace talks with Parvas.
Ah, you've come to see Parvas for peace talks.
We like peace.
About
Thank
time
you.
somebody doesn't come to talk to him about his art.
Oh,
Truly
God,
abysmal,
no,
don't
we're
you
not
think?
here for that. Yeah, it's pretty,
Val.
I might have an opinion to share on
These
that
people
art.
seem to like it.
She just
Oh,
said
it's
it was
god
terrible.
awful.
Oh.
Terrible.
Okay. Well, good. Yes. No, it's quite.
Like, did you see the one of, like, it's that statue with 3 rocks that he has kind of glued together? What is that even supposed to be?
Hmm.
Mm.
Who
It's
knows?
a bird.
It's flying.
It's a bird with very stubby wings.
Why does he paint such sad, emo things?
Because he is a sad emo leader.
Oh, have you known him a long time?
I've encountered him a few times.
My name's Val, by the way.
It's nice to meet you, Val.
It's nice to meet you too. Your name is
Coral.
Coral. How appropriate.
What a pretty
Val.
name.
Val,
What?
come here.
Why?
God.
Just come here.
What for?
Just be careful.
I am careful.
And she looks to you, Vainheart. Are you afraid?
Of falling to my death? Definitely.
Why don't you come a little bit closer then, onto safer ground, and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, great. I'm sorry,
Mm.
miss. I'm a little bit more afraid of you than the fall.
Oh, I just am looking out for your well-being. You're so close to the edge still.
Yes, Vainheart, come away from that.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am in my sane mind right now, and I am nowhere near that When did I get so close to the ledge?
It's when you started backing away upon seeing me.
Oh.
Don't worry, I don't bite. Hard. And she gives you a very obvious wink.
Oh.
Oh my. Bit of a siren situation, I think, going on
She's
here.
ready to mate.
Oh no, I'm
I
not
mean,
a
if I have to
siren,
take
I'm a
one for the
mermaid.
team. What?
She said she's not a siren. She's a mermaid.
You have some sort of command over humans? With
Only
your
if they
voice?
wish there to be.
Have you got gadgets and gizmos aplenty?
What about thingamabobs?
No. I'm not one of
She's got
those
plenty.
mermaids.
What kind of mermaid are you then?
The more reasonable kind that likes to travel and see exotic places.
That's kind of odd to find a mermaid this high up away from the water.
Odd, yes, but where else can I see things no other mermaid has seen?
On a boat?
Vainheart, shut up!
I'm not entirely wrong.
I wanna be where the people are.
I wanna see
See him dancing, yeah. So,
Are you gonna tell me you think a fork is for your hair?
I know forks are for eating.
oh god.
All of these
You know what?
stereotypes about mermaids, you get one red-headed mermaid ruining it for everybody.
I blame
Well, let me
Disney,
ask you the more
really.
important question. Do you know what a spoon does?
I know several interpretations of spoon.
Do you know the one that I'm making?
Does anyone?
Maybe.
I think we're on the same channel here.
Well, could you tune in for the rest of us? Because I'm not on the same channel.
I
What?
don't know.
Are you flirting? Or are you scared of her? Which is it?
Yeah.
A little bit of both, maybe?
Yes. I may be fearfully aroused.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Do you want to scoop her butt out?
What?
What does that even mean?
What?
Yeah, I was like, what?
Do you
Vainheart
want
is
What?
gonna
with you
stare
asked
at
her for
her.
a spoon.
Now I have to cast calm emotions again on myself.
Mm.
Oh no, but it affects all humanoids.
So I don't know
I've
what
never heard that phrase before.
butt scooping is. I've never heard it either.
Do you want to scoop her butt?
You don't know what scooping the butt is? It's where you take your hand and you scoop the butt.
I'm not sure. Okay. So can we maybe just retcon that? Go back in time.
Oh, there's no retconning this.
I've heard of boot scoot. Like a boot scoot?
Buggy?
Yeah?
Scoop buggy.
Boogie?
Well, don't let me keep you. You have important political business to see to.
Yes, let us away.
Yes. I'll come back later.
Oh my.
You're gonna just keep standing there, laughing. at
Maybe.
me.
Maybe.
Love you.
I think he's talking to someone.
Who's laughing at you?
My wife.
Tell her we're very entertained.
They're very entertained.
Did you hear them? They're very entertained.
I am very animated at my desk.
Or was she
It's probably
admiring from
very
the hallway?
amusing from a third-party perspective. But as the
Okay.
mermaid flips her hair over her shoulder, yeah, I should warn you. Parvas seems to be in a particularly gloomy mood at the moment.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. Dreadful mood.
Is that different from normal?
No. No, it is not.
Okay. Anything
How
that kind
about
of
this?
what?
Hmm?
Val, did you bring any of that fruit with us?
If it's advantageous to what we're doing, yes, I certainly did.
It might be.
I was going to ask her if there's anything that cheered him up. What's your idea?
We get him shit-faced.
If he's super emo, do you think he's going to want to do that?
Maybe he's the opposite kind of drunk. Maybe he's happy when he's drunk.
Is it okay, DM, if I stole some fruit back when we were?
Yeah, certainly. That sounds like something Val would do.
Okay.
Oh, hey, I enjoy this. Let me get some more.
I have pockets full of
And-
fruit.
Because it's been a couple of days, stronger alcohol content.
Oh.
Can I have one of those fruit for myself later?
Yeah, let's get through this first. I'll keep them for now, because
Let's add
It's-
alcoholism under Vainheart's list of
Oh.
Coffee.
It's not for me.
Point
It's not for
exhaustion.
me. It's not for me.
Oh,
Who's-
sure.
is it for your imaginary friend, Don?
It's for the mermaid.
Oh. I see what he's going for.
So she'd have to get drunk enough to sleep with you?
No, it's a gift.
Now.
Oh!
Come now.
What? It was
The
not a
half-orc is
special-
getting bored.
The half-orc
what
is
is
always
what is
bored.
Big T doing at the moment?
I'm just staring into the distance, like, man, when are we gonna meet this eagle?
Oh.
Gotta make a complaint about some shitty art.
Let's do it.
Oh man, I'm so excited for this.
All right.
I vote that Big T talks to the eagle when we get there.
And so, having been warned of Parvas's disposition, the mermaid bids you farewell and lets you know that there is a very clear path to follow up into what everyone calls the studio. However, she would also indicate that it's quite a ways up the mountain. She herself has had to be brought to it, as it's much too far for her to crawl across the ground. But then bids you farewell, and best of luck. As let's go ahead and take a 10-minute break.
Okay.
Feels like now is a good time for that.
Okay.
Refresh your drinks, utilize the bathroom, whatever it is you need to do in this time. We'll be back at 5 past the hour.
Okay.
Thanks.
See you guys in a bit.
No.
The reason I jumped
back.
in so quickly on your
Welcome.
comments to Monster Hunter is because Tradoroh here and Jean happen to be extremely into Monster Hunter. Like,
Oh, it's an absolute addiction.
well, I love the game too, but even I'm not as addicted to it as they were.
All right, so Tradoroh, what was your first Monster Hunter game?
Try.
Yes. That was my introduction. I remember getting a copy of Game Informer. And they were doing their ratings of all the games that had come out that particular season. And all of a sudden, there's this Monster Hunter Try article. And they had rated it at like an 8.5. And I'm like, what's this about? I like monsters, and I like the idea of hunting them. Because when I play video games, I usually kind of lean towards being that ranger, kind of hunter, high stealth, hit it from really far away kind of character build. And so I see Monster Hunter, and that immediately drew me in. And I remember very vividly, it's a hard game to get into, but if you can get past the challenges around the controls, it is the most rewarding experience. And so naturally, I have a Wii. I'm going to go pick up Monster Hunter Try. I played it for maybe 2 hours. It was like, this game is too fucking hard. I am never playing this again. Put it down for 3 months. And then I was like, well, but did I really give it a good chance? So I started playing it again, and it has been downhill ever since. Every game that's come out, I have played. World came out, completely changed how I viewed Monster Hunter entirely. I am so excited for Wilds.
How many hours
And
did we
hopefully-
put into World, Teddy?
I think about 1,000.
Yeah, I would say
Sounds
in
about right.
total, I have probably played somewhere around 5,000 hours of Monster Hunter. Across,
I am-
from Try up to Rise.
I am going to boot up my Monster Hunter World real quick, just to look at how many hours I've played it.
So Charlie, I played the one that was on 3DS.
Okay, so 3 Ultimate,
Yeah.
That was my
which
first
was
one.
a better version of the game. But I never got the chance to fight the Dire Morales, which is one of my greatest
Is
regrets.
that the one, it starts in the water,
Yeah.
and then it has like lava coming out of it?
Yeah.
I fought that
Yep.
thing. It was a pain in the ass.
But Elder Dragons are supposed to be a pain in the ass.
I think because I think Try had the switch axe, so that was like my main weapon.
Yeah.
And then some of my college friends, well, one of them, Russell, he was like, "We should try this weapon. It's really broken." And then it's literally the weapon's called a Kelby bow, like the Great Kelby bow.
Mm-hmm.
That
Do you know how
busted
that thing works, Charlie?
I don't recall.
So this bow has shotgun. Like you shoot one arrow, it shoots like a shotgun,
That's awesome.
and you need to get like I forgot. I know one monster. It's like which one's that leech one that's like really big?
Either the Giganox or the Kezu.
The Giganox. I forgot the Kezu's name, like because I was thinking Giganox. So you needed like the variant Giganox outfit or the Elder Whale.
Genmaron or Darenmaron.
It's like
Yes.
Cadus.
Oh, the Cetus.
Yes.
Or say it Sedeus. Nobody can agree on how to say that word.
Yeah, so you need to fight the variant version of that one. And the armor sets for both have, like, they awaken the elements.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
The Kelby hidden attribute was Blast.
Oh, yeah, because Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate introduced the blast element with the Brachydios.
Yeah. So basically, the way it works is you just put a blast coat on it or any other coat, and every pellet has a chance to proc a blast proc. And you basically destroy all its parts in like 5 minutes. It dies in 5 minutes.
Oh.
That's how fast the fight is.
That's awesome.
And then
I could go on and on about Monster Hunter, but I don't want to take away too much of your time. The last thing I will say is that pretty soon here, I'm going to have a lot of free time. And so I will be playing Monster Hunter World if any of you are interested in playing with me. As we jump back into the Outlands and the Eagle's Aerie, as you all leave behind the mermaid, Coral, and start working your way up the path towards Parvas's art studio.
With air quotes around art.
Big air quotes.
Who knows what will
Brushed on by the eagle's wings themselves.
As you continue up the path, it takes you higher and higher into the mountains. And at first, it's fairly easy going. You know, you got to the top of the first waterfall just by scaling the trees. And you get to the top of the second waterfall after about half an hour of just hiking up this mountain trail. But as the trail begins to switch back up the cliff, it gets narrower and narrower. And a little more hazardous.
sounds like a fun time.
It's not.
Val's
Hey,
doing
Tom. Go
fantastic.
behind, buddy.
I don't know why you guys are so upset.
Hey Val, can you cast that spell on me again?
Um,
I look at Val and like, nah.
Oh, God, you're
Ha
such
ha
a dick.
ha!
kind of a second level spell, and I've only got one more slot.
We're probably going to need that coming up.
I don't know if we're going to have any sort of altercation, but
We'll probably get a rest in between. I feel like this is just we're talking to a depressed emo eagle. A deagle.
As you're
You
all
want to stay behind there, buddy?
Nope. I'll push on through as I'm staring at the sky.
As the
Kind of
path
at the ground.
narrows to being only about 2 feet wide, making it so that the larger of you kind of have to turn your back to the wall and sidle across. I would like everybody to make a dexterity saving throw, as something up above has worked some rubble free and is now falling towards you.
Oh. Look out!
How come that's not adding my +2?
Didn't it do
That
it
is a
automatically?
problem with D&D Beyond that I've noticed the last couple of days. Because it's not adding modifiers for anybody.
Yeah, I just noticed
Val,
that.
your 4 would be a 6. Rowan, do you have any modifier to add to your dexterity save?
-1.
-1, so yours is a 10. Tradoroh, I know you have some dexterity.
+1.
Okay, so
So-
16. Vainheart?
Mine is a +1.
Okay, so 7 and orange.
You're talking about the thing that's next to the dex thing?
Yes, next to the dexterity save, there should be a plus number.
+5.
Plus 5. So 14. So orange and Tradoroh succeed and are able to move very quickly away from the rubble. The rest of you, as you get sprayed by dozens of small pebbles and dirt and other bits of the rock that had fallen from above you, you are going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you are just blasted with small, hard objects.
ouch.
Bastard eagle better not be throwing stones at us. Eh, 7 points of damage just from
I'm just a
pebbles.
wee boy.
Just a wee
You all
lad.
kind of brace yourselves for a moment, but it was only a small event. And so, seeing that nothing else is falling, you continue up until you get to a fairly large area at the top where you can see that there is a river that flows from out of the cave, or out of the mouth of a cave that leads deep within the mountains. But the trail does continue up and above, and about 50 feet higher, you can see a very large opening. And see, so Jean has... Okay, so the only person that can hear this, Rowan. As you get up into this space where the sound of the running water and the waterfall kind of drown out a lot, there's almost this sound of what you would describe as anguish, kind of echoing down from that large cavernous opening in the side of the mountain up above you.
There's a great sadness here. I can feel it. Hello there? Hello.
Hey, Rowan.
How
Yeah,
loud are
yell,
you going to...
Yell as loud as you can, Rowan.
Okay, I yell as loud as I can.
I like how he took a breath and then said, I yell as loud as I can.
The wailing stops.
Who goes there?
And as you're looking up, and everybody else's attention is drawn to that area as you're looking, you see this massive beak kind of work its way over the edge. And you kind of get the impression that whoever this is, they're lying on their back and kind of like hanging their head off the edge, looking down towards you. And the head of this eagle is as large as, not Rowan, but maybe Vainheart.
Oh, and 6 feet tall.
And as he looks down towards you, what do you want?
Oh, big ass emo eagle.
Yeah, he has some feathers that don't look like they're growing out of his head, like he's wearing a headband with just some feathers attached to it that do hang over half of his face.
We want to talk to you.
What do you wish to speak to me about? Do you not know that we are all dying, and that our hopes and dreams are being crushed by the ever-present confliction of life?
This guy makes me sound happy.
Can I ask real quick, how many minutes has it been since we spoke to the owl?
By this point, it's probably been a couple of hours.
Okay, so I no longer look like an aarakocra. Because I think that only lasts an hour.
Yeah.
Our,
What?
what's the matter, big guy?
Of course you would ask. Couldn't possibly know what it is I'm dealing with.
Inner depression?
The crushing weight of life responsibilities.
Oh, laziness. I know that very well.
Actually, it could have like ADHD or something like that. You never know.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
gonna call this-
diagnose the great leader of the avian people with some neurodivergence.
I'm gonna
He's
blame this one
divergent.
on-
Whatever we do, let's try not to make him mad, shall we? Because he could eat your face in one little peck.
Is that even possible? Listen to the way he talks.
Ugh.
Hello, Mr. Parvas, Your Highness. We have just come from meeting with Eban Claw.
Ugh. Eban Claw.
Yeah, he's kind of a drag, isn't he?
Oh, he's the worst.
That's a lot better than this guy.
What did he want?
So listen, there's this really horrible thing that's happening where Faunal's getting sucked out of the Outlands. And Eban Claw would like to form an alliance with you and Ophelia to prevent that from happening, so that you guys can jointly rule Faunal together for the safety of all of its people. And
Make
he's
a
just
deception check.
okay. Bloop. No.
Wait, a deception check? Is this thing gonna try to deceive us?
It was for me.
Oh, okay. I think it was just the way it was worded.
And you see Parvas kind of shift, pulling his wings up and over the edge, and dangling them down. And you can see that on the tips of his feathers there are multiple different colors. Although the more prevalent one is the color black. You dare come into my realm of Faunal and lie. Ugh, you're just like the rest of them. All those people down there telling me how amazing and life-changing my art is. But they don't know. They couldn't possibly know. The torture of the adoration. Knowing that it's terrible.
Your art could use improvement.
His eyes snap towards you, Vainheart. Piercing. Finally, someone who speaks from the heart, bearing their truth. Tell me more about my art, and you can see that he's slowly pushing himself off the ledge.
Okay. I'll come up there and tell you.
But it's already too late as he pushes himself into a free fall, snapping his wings out and beginning to glide down towards you. And that's when you realize just how truly massive Parvas is. If his head is over 6 feet in length just from the base of the neck to the top of the head, the rest of the body is around 20 feet. He is gargantuan with a wingspan that stretches impossibly far.
I'm literally just picturing Rodan from Godzilla. He's huge.
And
Is he
as he
gliding
buffets
right
his
at me?
wings to slow his descent from about 30 feet up, all of you can feel the pressure of the wind as it is as it is pushed down on top of you, kicking up dust and dirt. And he lands with a very heavy sounding thud as he leans in uncomfortably close, Vainheart. Tell me more. Tell me what is wrong with my art. I have suffered in agony, trying to figure out what I could do better.
Well, you're the art critic.
Yeah, I guess I am now. Well, the biggest thing I noticed, half of your art looks rushed. Why are you rushing your art?
And
Yeah,
he
why you
pulls
rushing
back,
your art?
standing at his full height, towering over all of you. Of course! Oh, it's so simple. I feel like I must produce so fast to please those who are enthralled with my craft. But I am doing it at such a fast pace that I am losing the meaning behind it.
Whoa, Ted.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's deep.
Maybe consider slowing down, working on the finer details, pointing out
Oh,
the imperfections is what makes it perfect to your people, I guess. Like, I have one question. What was that? The 3 stones that were stuck together. What was that?
it was supposed to be
If you
the
say bird.
embodiment of the matronly act of a mother and child.
Oh. Yeah, um, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was a bird.
Oh,
Um,
no, it's
maybe
so wrong.
I guess I was wrong, but maybe
But it's
take.
not your fault, because art is in the eye of the beholder, and the meaning is different from person to person, and what I intend to be conveyed through my artistic crafting from up here in my mind isn't always going to translate to what is seen. If maybe I had taken a little more time in placing those stones, it would be so obvious that I never had a mother and that I crave that sense of belonging and love.
I'm just gonna move in and hug his feet. I don't know what to do at this point. He sounds like he needs a hug.
Oh, thank you, little human.
You never had a mom? That's so sad.
Well, I mean, I'm sure I did, but I never knew her.
I didn't know my parents either. I grew up in an orphanage.
Oh, that's so sad. Have you
Isn't
ever
it?
tried expressing yourself through painting?
I never have, but I'm certainly interested after looking at all of your very sad, sad pieces of art on the way up here.
Sad.
It's not just sad in content, it's sad in presentation.
Hey, I mean, I'll admit, I've lost parents. I'm gonna break away from the parent subject. Parvas, have you actually spent time amongst your people?
Enough to know that they have such high expectations of me. And I
Do
am just not interested.
do they really have high expectations of you?
Well, yeah,
I-
they wish for me to take the seat of ruler of all faunal, which
Then
would be such a drag.
we'll think of it this way. If you work alongside both Eban Claw and Ophelia, you do less work and you get to do more art, perfecting your craft.
You speak such wisdom. Man, are all humans as wise as you are?
Yes.
No, they're
Every
wise.
human I have met is very wise and very trustworthy.
Roll
and you should
deception.
believe them.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll deception.
Roll deception, Rowan.
What? What? What?
Roll that deception.
Take that.
9.
Can we just
So,
Ah.
sorry, like, I've been so stuck on myself since you all arrived and you've been so kind. Why are you really here?
Precisely what I told you.
We're on a
Being
mission
the
of
throne.
peace.
Yeah, what he said.
It's pretty much what I said too.
And Val. What Val started saying, what I have painted a picture for you to do less work but still please your people, and then what Rowan confirmed just a moment ago.
So, something about, like, Eban Claw and working with the other, Ophelia.
You would be one
Yes.
of a 3-tier leadership
A triumvirate.
triumvirate.
Oh, that's
And
a good word.
And your people would be safe, and these lands would stop getting sucked away into the beastlands.
No more sucking.
Yeah,
I wasn't even lying, really.
Faunal getting ripped into the Beastlands was a terrible tragedy. So many innocent souls lost to the Outlands.
Well, the same can happen here if you, Eban Claw, and Ophelia don't work out your differences and, well, stop whatever's going on here, basically.
Oh, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, as you have been with me. I figured that Eban Claw and Ophelia would just destroy each other, and then I could, like, appoint somebody underneath me to do it.
I mean, that is a
You know,
way
like,
to look
rule all
at
of
it.
Faunal.
But Ophelia wants peace, and Ebenclaw has no desire to conquer the other types of creatures.
Yes, like what Val just said. Ophelia wants peace. Eban Claw will rule the order. Ophelia's already going to get what she wants.
Yes, what Vainheart just said.
What I'm repeating, Val. Basically, listen to what he's saying.
So, I would like one of you to make a persuasion check with advantage, just because everybody's kind of jumping in on it.
I have a +5.
I am only a 4, I believe, so I'm letting you take that.
Please be good.
I was like,
19.
okay, I feel like that's good.
That's very good.
And you see a seriousness fall over Parvas. Well, you speak such great ideals. Now I know Ophelia, and she is a very kind elephant, although she is known to hold a grudge. And Eban Claw, though ferocious, is honorable. I do believe that if the three of us could work together, that we would find exactly what Faunal needs. The perfect balance of chaos and order to ensure that we are not absorbed in our entirety into the Beastlands.
You're very wise.
Is Ophelia and Eban Claw on the same page as far as our collaborative experience goes?
To be perfectly honest with you, Eban Claw is. We don't know about Ophelia yet. We have not talked to her.
We are still
Plan to.
working it out.
We don't know where she's at either.
Given your prowess in the skies, we came to you first.
Well, I might be able to assist you in locating Ophelia. Because if what you say is true, which I believe it to be, this is the right answer. But I have some troubles beyond my artistic agony. that really must be addressed before I can even entertain the idea.
Is there anything we can do to help assuage those troubles?
No, I could not possibly ask you kind people with your beautiful honesty to take away from my troubles. You have all been so kind, and you must spread that kindness wherever you go. You need not involve yourselves in the plight of the avians.
Hey, Val, I think he should just tell us. Do you agree?
Tell us what?
What the troubles are.
Oh, I think we should just convince him that we're offering to help, and maybe he'll just tell us.
I
All right,
agree
if you're
with
gonna
that.
twist my wing, I'll tell you. Are you familiar with those who call themselves the Vile Hunt?
Yes,
They're here too? Sorry, Val.
I was going to say we just defeated them with Eban Claw. They had him trapped. And we came upon them and defeated them thanks to our wonderful Ranger Fairy Orange. She killed a lot of them.
Whoa. Is that true, little fairy?
I'd like to say my character is just like staring into space.
That's so deep.
She is of another plane.
And then I look back and I'm like,
Then perhaps there is a chance if you are with these people. The Vile Hunt. I don't know how they found us. Maybe we're not as hidden as I used to think we were. Or maybe they were just really good at answering riddles. But they have stolen eggs from Eagle Aerie. And my people have been asking me to go after them to recover them, but I feel like it is just a plot, a ploy, some sort of dastardly plan to lure me out for my own slaughter.
Well, by all means, allow us to retrieve these eggs for you.
Can I ask a question on top of that? Is the Vile Hunt, Parvas, you think the Vile Hunt is the ones trying to throw this land into that mix of chaos that's gonna get it
Sorry.
pulled away? Parvas?
I'm not sure. Faunal is such a strange part of the Outlands. You have all these places that emulate the different, outer planes of existence. Places like, Excelsior, which is supposed to be the most good and lawful, but they have to allow just the smallest amount of evil into their ranks in order to ensure that the entirety of Excelsior is not ripped into Celestia. But Faunal and the Beastlands are this perfect balance of order and chaos. Like there is a pecking order amongst all the creatures here. We understand our place, but we have to allow for things to be outside of that to exist. Otherwise, we'll just end up in the Beastlands. I'm not sure if the Vile Hunt is trying to keep us at the perfect balance and destroy everything, or if they are, in fact, the chaos needed to tip the scales off its center. maybe they're the only thing that's holding us all here. In which case, wouldn't they be the heroes?
You are a heavy thinker.
Weighty thoughts.
I'm gonna
Or-
just take a. Oh,
Would their removal of myself, Ophelia, and Eban Claw throw us into an even greater chaos as we devolve into our most primal selves and tear each other apart?
Mm,
that sounds a little
question.
more believable.
What'd you say, Orange?
Yeah.
I just said, good question.
Well,
Alright. I'm
Well, I
gonna
vote we get
glance.
some.
What'd you say you vote for?
I vote we get some eggs.
we try to get some eggs.
If we, pardon me.
If we
A human in their throat.
if we retrieve these eggs for you, can we have some sort of guarantee that you'll open your mind to talks with Eban Claw and Ophelia to form the triumvirate?
Yes.
And
if you
help us find
oh,
her.
Go ahead.
And help us find Ophelia.
Yes, you have my word as an artist and a leader, but mostly as an artist, because my heart is on my sleeve that I don't wear.
Oh, your heart.
Your heart on.
Got it.
You have a
On
heart on
my
your sleeve?
heart, on my imaginary sleeve, you have my word
I was gonna
that if
say.
you can recover the eggs the vile hunt has taken from my people, that I will assist you in forming the triumvirate between Ophelia, Eban Claw, and myself.
How many eggs are there?
Something like 25.
How big are they?
Oh, massive.
Where
They're
did
like
they?
rock eggs.
Where did they take them?
Yeah, I don't actually know.
Like rock eggs. Those are huge. How are we gonna carry all those?
Yeah,
I mean,
we're gonna need
I
your help,
imagined that it was
Parvas.
like carts or something.
Parvas,
Yeah.
we're gonna need your help.
Yeah, I
Right.
could like absolutely get some people to fly around and look for the vile hunt. That sounds reasonable, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Maybe you could help us get the eggs back too. You're big enough to carry them. We are not.
if
and
we deal-
can't bring carts up here.
If we deal
How
with
did
the
they get the
vile,
carts up here?
if
Sorry,
we deal,
sorry.
if we deal with the vile hunters and have the eggs in a safe location, could you then come and pick them up, or do we have to bring them here ourselves?
No, I think I could go get them if you dealt with all the vile hunt.
Okay. How can we contact you once we've done that?
As long as you put good vibes out into the atmosphere, I will find you.
Okay. All right. Well,
I love
How
that.
about this?
Also, I
Rowan
can
will
fly really high and my eyes are really sharp.
oh, that's great. Okay.
we
Unless
could
you're in the
probably-
forest beneath the mountains, in which case the canopy's too thick, I won't be able to see you.
I have a solution for both of you. Val can shoot a firebolt up into the sky, and you can look for the firebolts.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Okay. I can do that.
Then I shall return to my most. I'm gonna return to my studio, and I'm gonna keep an eye out, but like not the entire time because I still have art that I'm currently working on. Like I have this piece, that's trying
Okay,
to
that's great.
articulate.
We're gonna go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, you're very
Yeah.
busy, and I did ask a favor of you, and time is like of the essence and stuff.
Maybe you could just have some scouts fly around while you're doing your artwork, and they could let you know when they see my firebolts. How about that?
And
Oh. Are you sure you don't want to lead Faunal?
You
You
know,
guys got
I've
some
just
great
got
ideas.
I've got a really full plate. I'm working with a lot of balls in the air right now, and I don't think I could add that on.
Think
But,
about it, Val.
Yeah, that's
you could
perfectly
be
fair.
a
Rolling
leader.
funnel.
An exceptional amount of air balls that we have to deal with right now. Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah,
we've
mhm.
got
There-
many hairs
Many balls.
and balls.
Rolling funnel.
So let's
I think that you could handle as many balls as possible.
Oh, I can handle balls, I tell you.
Rolling funnel. Rolling the land.
this conversation is approaching my no-no square. So, is there a direction you can point us in, or are you going to send the scouts to find the what are they called again? Fuck. The
Vile
The
hunt.
eggs.
vile hunters. Yes.
I will send out some people to fly around and look for their location.
Would it
Would it?
be possible? Can we? Are they big enough for us to possibly ride on? Then they could just drop us off when they find them.
I think that's reasonable, actually.
What do you say,
Yeah.
Vainheart?
Rolling funnel.
Okay, get rid of that. And what's going on now is what I'm asking you about.
What? Yeah.
Welcome
we
back.
We should totally do whatever you were talking about.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna just fly. We're gonna catch rides on these big birds through the sky. That's not scary for you at all, is it?
Nope, not at all.
Wait, what?
Great.
Sounds
Okay,
good. Let's go.
awesome.
Wait,
Let's
wait,
go.
What?
We're
What?
going.
What?
No
What did I
backseas.
agree to? What?
Yep, we're off.
Make sure you.
Fly
you
him
grab him by the
aboard
neck.
my back.
Ooh,
Oh, go ahead,
yeah.
Orange.
I was like, make sure you grab him by the neck. He really loves, the sights, man. He's talking about it all the time.
He loves the sights, man.
Climb aboard, and I will fly you down into the base of Eagle's Aerie, and we will get you your wings.
All of us.
Well, yeah, I can totally fit all of you.
Okay, here I come. Whee!
Woohoo!
I climb aboard. This bodacious bird.
Tubular.
I'm up on the neck, hiding under the feathers.
So as I imagine a majority of you climb aboard, as Orange has the ability to fly already. Parvas takes flight and begins to streak down towards the base of Eagle's Aerie. Throwing out his wings, almost filling the entire space as he comes in for a landing, depositing all of you, and then calling out with a shrill cry that echoes off the trees. And as you're all dismounting, looking up, you can see dozens and dozens of aarakocra and birds emerging from the canopy, all looking down towards their leader. I need brave wings to take these travelers far. They are going to confront the vile hunt and put an end to their tyranny. Who among you is willing to take on this most dangerous task? And you see a good 20 creatures, all massive, take flight and begin to fly down towards you all, landing nearby. And as Parvas looks down at all of you, will this suffice?
Yes, this is very generous. Thank you.
Yes. This is wonderful. Thank you.
Then as it is, so it shall be. Take flight, my new friends. Find the children of Eagle Aerie and return them home to their mothers so they can embrace that love that I never had.
We shall do this.
I choose the smallest, most dexterous bird.
Imagine like a 6-foot tall peregrine falcon.
Yes.
And I go for the beefiest bird.
I don't know why, but I was kind of hoping that owl was going to be here.
The
How
keeper
long
has
is
his
this
job.
journey, you think?
Say again?
Is this journey like really long?
As it is, nobody quite knows where the vile hunt has taken these eggs. So it's unknown just how long the journey will be.
It's a
20
mystery.
birds to choose from. Might as well rest your wings.
Yes. I think I shall.
Save your strength for if we need to fight, or when we inevitably are going to fight them.
Yes.
I talk to the bird whose feathers I think are the prettiest colors and ask if I could catch a ride and compliment them on their
On the
I
plumage.
don't know what you call it, yes.
So that would be a toucan.
Oh, a
How
toucan.
cute.
A toucan.
Is it the one that loves Parvas?
I
No,
hope
this is a
so.
very big toucan.
Is his name
Man.
Sam?
Huh.
No.
I think it's a three-can.
It's really hard not to ask the keeper how many licks it takes to get to the center with its real pop.
A
One, two,
three.
three.
3.
The kids nowadays don't get that joke.
They don't,
No.
because we're from the 1900s.
Wasn't that commercial around in like the 1990s?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 1900s.
That was the joke.
Well, who are the kids then in here?
Us.
It didn't say in here.
Bro.
Oh, I must have misheard that part.
It said the kids today.
We are not the kids.
You are not, because you are adults and old.
We are old elders.
We are as young as we are at heart.
Oh, that sounds like a fortune
Still
cookie.
7 years old.
I identify as a 29-year-old. And I will for the rest of
I like
time.
that for you.
Oh.
I love that for us.
I love that for you.
But as you all select a bird to take flight with, Parvas just flips the feathers out of his hair. I leave this gargantuan task in your most capable hands. Bring back our fellow avians, still bound in the capsule protecting them from the horrors of the world. You have all of my trust and faith going with you.
Thank you, Parvas.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We will get it done.
Why, you fools?
Away!
And the birds take off towards the sky, spiraling up between the trees until they break through the canopy. 300, 400 feet up into the air. As you can see, not just faunal beneath you, but to the south, almost directly south, you can see a beautiful landscape of multicolored trees that seem to have structures within their branches. Quite unlike the ones found in Eagle's areas, these are full-on constructed. Up towards the northwest, an incredible metropolis, unlike anything any of you have ever seen. And, as always, the massive spire at the center of the outlands, towering miles above everything, where at the very top that Taurus floats around the very tip of the spire. That central city of Sigil.
Sigil.
You guys see that? That's why I grew up.
You grew up there?
Looks like
What?
I grew up over there.
nice.
You grew up on a hare?
Oh, I can't think of a rhyme quick enough.
Mm,
You're certainly lacking some charm.
Who said that?
Okay, now what?
Right.
As the birds flap their wings and begin to rocket away from the Eagle's Aerie, scanning the surrounding area of faunal. I think that's a good place for us to end our session for this evening.
Woohoo!
Woo.
As next time, we will likely encounter the Vile Hunt again in a mission to recover that which was stolen.
How many members
Operation
are in the
Soft Boil.
Vile Hunt? Is it like a huge, enormous?
Actually,
group of people?
before we go, Val, go ahead and give me a history check.
+0.
Oh, I have +2.
13.
You know, having grown up in Sigil, you were in the perfect place to hear rumors about damn near everything found in the Outlands. And while it's such a vast place and there's so much that you could have overheard, you knew of the Vile Hunt. You know, they are this organization of like-minded individuals seeking to take down the most terrible and powerful creatures, not just in faunal, but all of the Outlands. Everything that they do is for the most impressive trophy on the wall. And they likely number far more than you can comprehend. Having met Mick Mangehide and seeing him with, maybe half a dozen other people in Greenbrier, and then the 6 or so that were slain during the fight with Eban Claw, that's about a dozen right there. But you would know that they are far more numerous than that.
That's good to know, because I thought his group were the ones that we killed.
Huh.
But I guess not, right? He's still alive.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I don't remember Mick being
Mick.
there at all.
Yeah.
Mick.
Mick was not present for the fight
He was not.
that you had the day before, or a couple of days ago. But with that being
I
said,
knew it.
I don't believe we have a session next week because I will be driving down to Arkansas. But after that, while I will be spending a great amount of time in Arkansas, I do not have to drive on Fridays in order to be there. I'm gonna spend about a week there, starting next Friday. And from there, I don't think there are going to be too many interruptions to our regularly scheduled programming, and should have weekly games for a while.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
That is not the right response. The response you should be giving is, what? Oh.
So real quick, I know that when I had initially been reached out to about putting on a campaign for all of you, the preferable day was Thursday nights.
Yes.
While that is still not an availability for me, I am looking to complete the campaign that is absorbing that time slot for me. And once that campaign is over, I know for a fact they're going to want to continue on to another campaign, but I'll likely move it to a different night so that we can move this group to Thursdays as long as that
Hell
works
yeah.
for everybody.
That would be great.
I will have to see.
And it is one of those situations that it has to work for everybody. Otherwise, I'm not going to change the time slot. But just wanted to put that out there that that's something that I would like to do in the future if it works for everybody. Because I would like to have my Friday nights back.
Yes.
Sure.
But you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for playing. And we'll
Alright.
see you
I'll
next
see you in a
time.
couple weeks.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thank
Charlie.
you. Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.